There are a few things that I guess motivated me to start the Female Athlete Project. It was during COVID. My older brother works in sports marketing, and for ages he told me that I needed to do something about this idea I had where I wanted to interview female athletes. Whenever I get a day off, I always go down to the beach, grab a coffee and the paper, and I always flick to the back page to read about sport, and I can never find stories about women's sport. So I decided to do something about it myself. So it started as just a podcast where I wanted to interview other elite female athletes because I think it's so important to share their stories. There's so many girls and women out there achieving incredible things, and a lot of the time they don't get the coverage that they deserve. I believe there's athletes that should be household names, but they just don't get the recognition. And then we've started to build up the Instagram as well, which has been really cool to share a lot of research with people around viewership on women's sport, coverage, sponsorship, a whole range of things. I think that's changing this idea that no one cares about women's sport and that people don't watch women's sport. We love a stat. I think that's a big part of what we're doing. I love finding new research that's come out, because I think traditionally there's been a lot of people that see the numbers around women's sport, whether that's crowd numbers, TV numbers, and I think a lot of that has changed a lot. The more women's sport is put on TV, you see more people getting behind it. There's now young girls growing up who actually see women playing rugby on TV, women playing basketball, whatever sport it is, and they can actually see that, and then there's visibility in place that allows them to aspire to be a professional female athlete. We've got some pretty big ideas about where we want to take the Female Athlete Project. A big part of it has been this merchandise that we've been doing with the t-shirts. We're doing starting season 2 recording at the moment, which has been really cool. Got some pretty epic athletes lined up. I think we'd love it to be a massive platform where people can come and find news and stories and highlights about what women in sport are achieving, and we're just going to keep growing it. Yeah, it's really special, this one, the fact that we've had blue t-shirts made for the girls to wear during Super W. It's amazing to see the way that they've embraced it, and they're really keen to wear the tees as well. I think it's a pretty big statement tee, the way that we've put it out, and I love that these girls, they're paving the way. You know, they're not professional athletes, but these girls, like the way that they work and they rock up to training after a long day of work and put in the hours, and the way that the Waratahs girls in particular have performed in the Super W over multiple years now is pretty inspiring. So it's really cool to get to be a part of what they're doing.